We all have that one bank account, the one that we opened up years ago with a huge bank like Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo, simply because it was close to our house or perhaps our parents used it. But now in 2026 and beyond, that convenience is costing us a little bit of a hidden tax. And all you have to do to uncover that hidden tax is to look at the APYs that they're paying you, 0.01%. In other words, basically zero. Fortunately for all of you though who came to this video, I'm going to help take you from virtually zero all the way up to 3% and beyond with your parked funds. And I'm going to do that by showing you all over a dozen different savings accounts and their rates and some features and benefits so that you'll be able to make a better decision of finding one that will actually help you earn some money without any hassle or unnecessary fees. The first bank, and a great first step to start making your money actually grow, is with CIT Bank. Specifically with their Platinum Savings account. As I record this, their rate is 3.75% APY. Just realize though, it is on balances of $5,000 or more. And to open the account, you will have to have a $100 deposit or more. If your balance falls below $5,000, or if you don't yet have $5,000 to put into an account, it will be 0.25%. Still way better than 0.01, but a far leap away from 3.75. For that reason, if you're just starting out with your first $1,000 or less in savings and trying to build up, this would not be your best place to first start. That said, it is an account that I've personally used and continue to use myself right here. You can see the icon for CIT in the middle of the screen there, and it's been a very simple interface to use with a great rate. That said, with the CIT Platinum Savings, your interest will compound daily. There are also no account opening or maintenance fees on a monthly basis. And of course, your deposits are FDIC insured. That is up to the first $250,000 per depositor. And naturally, with their mobile app and online, you can also deposit checks remotely and make transfers. Up next, we have Capital One with their 360 Performance Savings, another account that I use currently and have used for many years. At the moment, they're offering a 3.3% APY, and it's as simple as can be. There are no fees, whether you're opening for the first time or keeping your account open on a monthly basis. Also, there are no minimums, so no minimum balance required to maintain your account and avoid fees because there aren't any. And of course, no worries because you're also FDIC insured. They also have some great features to make saving easier and fun too. For instance, save money automatically. This is done with their auto save feature, where you can set up your automatic savings, choose your amount and the frequency, and then watch your money grow over time. There's also another one called Autopilot. This makes daily small dollar transfers to your savings account, be it just a few cents up to $15 based on your recent checking account activity. And that's performed each day your available checking balance is above a certain amount. So this would be a good example if you opened up both accounts, checking and savings together, have them work kind of in an automatic type of way to just automate some constant savings for you. There are also recurring transfers that you can set up, again, kind of like a little bit of automation here, whether it's within Capital One if you have multiple accounts or from an external account, and also paycheck percentage. This can be very helpful because it allows you to save a portion of every payday. You choose a percentage from each paycheck's direct deposit to automatically deposit into your savings account. Capital One is currently my #1 pick if you just want straight simplicity. Their interface on the app, online, etc. is very easy, and you can open accounts in about 5 minutes. And opening additional accounts beyond that for different buckets, for instance, is even faster because they already have your information on file. Let's check out Ally with their savings account. As of recording this video, they're offering 3.3% for their APY. And one of their cool features is called buckets. These allow you to divvy up your savings without multiple bank accounts or hard math. So like a digital envelope, savings buckets stash your cash for whatever you want or want to do. You can also set up recurring transfers and also a cool roundup feature. They'll automatically track your spending accounts with them. By the way, a spending account is Ally speak for a checking account. And they'll identify transactions where they can round up to the nearest dollar. And when you accrue at least $5 in roundups, they'll transfer it to your savings. And there are also some surprise savings too, where they analyze your linked checking accounts for safe to save money and then transfer it to your savings so you don't have to. Another example here where checking accounts and savings accounts with the same bank can be advantageous. especially with the Ally approach, where they're constantly analyzing your balances and seeing which funds haven't really been used in a while to move stuff over and just start saving money for you. There are no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance requirements. Of course, you've got full FDIC insurance, compounded daily, and 24/7 support, including via chat, which I've used several times myself, and that's very convenient. Let's see what Barclays has to offer. They're currently giving up to a 4% APY and even a bonus of $200 after you deposit 30 grand anytime through March 31st, 2026. And no, you don't have to have 30 grand to open the account. That's just to earn that $200 bonus. But now, given that this is a tiered savings account with different levels, let me show you how that breaks down. So if you have less than $10,000 to save, you get 3.85%. Still fantastic. And that holds true all the way up to $250,000. And then once you have over 250,000 up to $1 million, that's where you get the top tier at 4%. A lot of money just to earn an extra 0.15%. But hey, that makes all the other lower tiers, even down to just $1, look pretty good. And they also offer freedom from fees, no monthly maintenance fees, and no minimum balance required to open. Now, picking the right high yield savings account is a major win for your money. But every time you open up a new account, your financial world can get a little bit messier. Logging into a bunch of different portals to see your cash accounts, credit cards, investments, and so on can be pretty time consuming and frankly, quite overwhelming too. That's why I'm excited to partner with Monarch, the sponsor of today's video, to show you how you can make money management super simple. Personally, I used to rely solely on a really complicated spreadsheet with multiple tabs to track my monthly budget and monitor my net worth. And every time I did anything with money, I had to update it manually, sometimes multiple times per day. It drove me nuts. But now I've been using Monarch as my personal financial hub. It securely syncs with over 13,000 institutions to give you one clean dashboard of your financial world. What really sets Monarch apart is that it's easy to use and ad-free. They don't sell your data or clutter your screen with ads from other brands. And given that I spend a lot of my time reviewing credit cards and bank accounts here on YouTube, it's probably no surprise that I have a lot of accounts. That's why I absolutely love the Reports tab. I mean, look how beautiful this chart is. I can see where money comes in and where it goes out across all of my major accounts. It even allows you to create a budget and detects your subscriptions so that way you don't lose track of what you're paying for in the background. Plus, if you're managing money with a partner, it's got a shared view to help keep you both financially aligned. So if you want to gain more clarity and confidence with your money, you can get 50% off your first year with Monarch by using the link down below in the description or by using the code REESE50 during signup. It's time to budget, track, and feel good about your money. Now back to the rest of the video. Now, most of us think of American Express as just a card company, but they also have some banking products too, including a high yield savings account. Like a few other accounts we've seen so far, they're also offering 3.3% right now. They allow you to move money online by transferring funds, setting up auto deposits, managing your account online, also with their app, which now finally is integrated with all of their credit card products too. So that's nice. No longer a separate deal for that. No monthly fees. There are no fees to open, no minimum deposit, and no monthly fees. Interest also compounds daily, and they've got 24/7 customer support. They've also got a nice calculator here on their site where you can kind of see how much you're going to earn. Let's say you had a balance of $10,000, and you can see after 1 year, it would be $10,330 with the compounding. That's an extra $330 just for doing nothing, and way better than what a lot of other accounts would give you. And initial enrollment and setting up your account is also extremely easy. Now let's turn our eyes to another interesting option, especially with a bank that we typically think of just for credit cards, specifically the co-branded store type of credit cards. But Synchrony Bank also has a high yield savings account too, with a pretty strong rate of 3.65% right now. They also provide an account with no minimum deposit to open, also no minimum balance requirements over the long term, and no monthly fees. They also give you a nice savings goal calculator to see how much you'll need to reach your financial goals, so it's useful with planning. And they've also got their own mobile app to manage your account on the go. Similar to what American Express did, they also like to put their competitors to shame too, especially the big banks like Bank of America, Chase, and the national average as well. So showing you here their 3.65 rate, you can play around with this tool online with their site, show your initial deposit, whatever it is for you, any additional monthly deposits you intend to make on a regular basis, and they'll show you after a certain time period how much you can expect to have. Are your funds FDIC insured? You bet they are, up to $250,000, as are all the accounts here offered in this video, but I just like to say it over and over to really drive the point home that you don't have to worry about this. Let's bump up those APY rates a little bit higher now with SoFi Bank. Now their methodology is just a little bit different here. Rather than doing a la carte individual accounts, they have their SoFi One savings and checking bundle. You can get up to 4.31% APY right now on your savings and 0.51% on your checking. They've also got that early payday feature where you can get your money up to 2 days earlier, and of course lower fees, as is a common trend in this video. No monthly maintenance fees, no minimum balance requirements, no account opening fees, and no overdraft fees. They've also got you covered with the standard FDIC insurance, but you can also access up to $2.5 million of additional FDIC insurance with their accounts. Axos also makes fun of some of their big bank competitors as well with their rates again, and again here showing their fee charts, how they pretty much waive basically all the stuff that we would care about, while the big banks do charge you these types of fees. They've got their own mobile app to manage your account. They're partnered with a large network of over 95,000 fee-free ATMs. And naturally, you can link any external accounts you have, even with the big banks too, to move your money seamlessly between them. Now, the standard APY on this account is actually 1%. But to qualify for the boosted rates of either 4.22%, and we set up to 4.31%, you'll have to meet certain requirements to get to the higher tiers here. So you can see option 1 and option 2 on the screen here. Both involve receiving total monthly qualifying direct deposits and maintaining a certain average daily balance. So if you're able to satisfy one of those options, then you'll be able to unlock those rates into the 4% range. Another good option to consider is Marcus by Goldman Sachs with their high yield savings account, right now at 3.65%. You don't have to meet any minimum balance requirements to open up the account, and there are also a couple other options just so you're aware of them too. You have a high yield CD where you can lock away some funds for 12 months but earn at 4%, and they also have a no penalty CD for 11 months at 3.95%. Up next, another 4%er right now. We've got SoFi with their high yield savings account, and the rate is a flat 4.00% APY. And this is another one of those scenarios where you end up with two accounts. That's because when you open an account with SoFi, you actually get both checking and savings. Now this 4% rate is actually a boosted rate. So here's how it all breaks down. You'll earn up to 4% APY on SoFi savings with a 0.7% APY boost. That's because the base rate is just 3.3%, which we've seen is pretty common with other banks too. Then to maintain your higher boosted rate over the longer term, what you want to do is also open a SoFi checking account, which is done by default, remember, and pay the $10 SoFi Plus subscription fee every 30 days, or receive eligible direct deposits or qualifying deposits of $5,000 every 31 days. To summarize that and put it into simpler form, here's steps 1 through 3 on the left-hand side of your screen, and then a little graphic over here showing you the base rate plus the boost there at the bottom. SoFi, like others, may have some certain requirements, whether it's a deposit amount or frequency or minimum balances, to be able to unlock higher tiers of interest rates. Some cool account features include savings vaults, which allow you to organize your money for different purposes. They also include roundups, so every time you use your SoFi debit card, they'll round up your purchase, take that rounded up amount from checking, and then just automatically deposit it to the savings side. And then for automatic transfers, you can also set up recurring transfers from a linked account or from your SoFi checking account over to your savings to grow on a consistent basis. There are also some other great options here, including mobile check deposit, early paycheck up to 2 days early, joint accounts, and more. This next one, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. It's either VO Bank or Vio Bank. Regardless of the right way to pronounce their vowels, they will give you right now 4.09%. They do have a minimum deposit requirement though to open it, and that is $100. From there though, you'll be able to enjoy no monthly fees. Also, interest is compounded daily. They have friendly and reliable customer service and FDIC insurance for up to $250,000. Now, should you want to access a higher rate right now at 4% without having really strict or difficult requirements, check out Lending Club as well with their high yield savings. To earn that 4% APY, you can just deposit $250 or more per month. And even if you do miss a month, it's not a big deal. You can still earn their standard rate of 3% APY. Nice that it doesn't go all the way to zero. This 4% rate represents 10 times the national average right now, and there's also freedom from fees. So, of course, no account fees and no fees to transfer money either. And there's a $0 minimum balance requirement. And that breaks down to no minimum to open or minimum balance for the long term. It's just an ongoing $250 or more to keep their highest rate. FDIC insurance? You bet, up to the maximum allowed by law. And also for customer support, they're another good option with chat online, which you don't see many banks have, or of course phone and email. Just barely beating out the rate from the last bank we just saw is now Bread Financial with a 4.05% APY. This is the Bread High Yield Savings Account, and their minimum requirement to open is just $100. Interest is compounded daily and then credited to your account on a monthly basis. You'll be able to enjoy this account with no monthly maintenance fees, plus free incoming wire transfers and unlimited mobile check deposits. The next option here will likely pique your interest if you're into all things NFL. Welcome to EverBank, the official bank of the AFC South champions. They've got their performance savings account here. This is giving you 3.9% APY on all balances, no tiers to worry about. No monthly maintenance fee, no minimum balance required, interest compounds daily, all FDIC insured, and $0 to open. Also, it's available online or by phone. This next one I had never heard of before myself until this year, 2026, but they've been around a little bit longer than that. I won't be able to talk about personal experience with this one at all because I've never used it, but I'm obligated to show it to you because the rate is absolutely crazy. Right now, with Pi Bank and their savings account, you can earn 4.6% APY. No fees here, no minimum balance, and it's FDIC insured. To make myself feel a little more comfortable with it though, I did dig into their site a little bit and I found this. Pi Bank is a brand of Intercredit Bank, a Miami-based bank established in 1992. Intercredit Bank is a full-service national institution. They originated in Spain in April 2018 and expanded to Colombia in 2022 and now to the United States in 2024. Therefore, explaining why I in the US have not heard of this bank until just now. We then have Open Bank. Right now, they're giving 4.2% APY on their high yield savings account. FDIC insurance, no fees here, but they do have a minimum deposit of $500 that's required to open the account. And now for something truly remarkable. Be prepared, your eyes might be ripped wide open. For any of you people out there in the state of Michigan, there is Community Financial Credit Union, allowing you to dream wild with a wild rate of 10% APY. The catch though is that it's only on your first $1,000. Still though, that's pretty unbelievable. They've got no fees, no minimums, and only $5 to open. Your funds are also insured by the National Credit Union Administration with additional excess share insurance up to $100,000. So if you're just starting out to build savings for the first time and you're out there in Michigan, definitely check that out. And lastly here, rounding off all of these crazy awesome options with these different banks, we have Fargo Bank as well. Their high yield savings account gives up to a 5% APY. Any funds that you have in excess of $5,000 though still earn at 2.5%. As for what you have to do to qualify, well, it's still pretty simple here. Just set up and get some direct deposits, at least $1,000 each month. Then, so long as you have a positive balance in your bank and savings accounts at the end of the month, you'll qualify for a 5% rate. And that brings us here to the end of the video, where you're probably thinking two thoughts. One, wow, there's some great options out there compared to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Chase. But also, where in the world do I begin? I just want the highest rate. Well, let me help you out here and show you this chart where I've organized everything that we just went over here by the rate. From the highest there at the top, with some, of course, restrictions that we talked about, all the way down there at the bottom. You'll recall that the Community Financial CU there at the top with 10%, that's for Michigan only. You've got to be a part of the credit union, and it's only on your first $1,000. Varo at 5%, they're also incredible, but just on your first $5,000. But hey, again, for those of you who don't have many tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings, those smaller ones to earn smaller rates on smaller balances can be a great way to boost and ditch you on your journey toward higher and higher balances. In case you're curious, I've used 7 of these banks personally myself, now highlighted in blue, so I can vouch for all of them with firsthand experience. And of all of those, the ones that I found to have the simplest interface that just made sense for the moment I logged in, that would be Capital One and Marcus. At the end of the day though, I personally will look into the ones that have the rates that interest you the most and also have a good experience. So narrow it down to 2 or 3 that interest you, check out their sites, perhaps open accounts, try them out. Because these accounts will not be charging you crazy monthly maintenance fees and all that, you can try them out without really any sort of risk. It's my sincere hope that being exposed to all these other options as alternatives to the big banks was helpful for you all, and I wish you well in your money growth journey. Before you go though, be sure to check out the links down below in the description area to earn even more cash back whenever you shop online through Rakuten. Of course, earning that extra cash back would be a great thing to put inside one of these savings accounts unless you switch your reward preference over to Amex points or built points for travel instead. Also, if you want me to keep you up to date about great credit card offers as they become available and before they expire, be sure to sign up for my free credit card offer alerts. And of course, if you want to better track, budget, plan, and simply do more with the money you've been saving, check out Monarch Money as well. I thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.